is an Academy Award-nominated actress you know from films such as Little Women, Midsommar, Oppenheimer, and Black Widow. She returns to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Thunderbolts, which is in theaters and IMAX everywhere this Friday. Let's take a look.
How long has it been, huh? A year?
Wow, yeah, I guess it has been. You've been busy with work?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of work.
Me too.
Too many irons in the fire, security, my limo business. You would not believe the important people I meet driving.
So you feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full, so filled.
Please welcome back to the show, Florence Pugh, everybody!
This is going to be a little bit risky, but I'm just going to go like this.
Yeah, oh, look at so dignified, so classy. You couldn't possibly have known.
Never. Didn't think that it was the other way.
I'm so happy to have you back. It's been a minute.
I'm so happy to be back.
And you enjoy your time in New York City when you're here?
I love it. I've just been eating your bagels.
Have you really?
Yeah, I've got bagels in my teeth.
Oh, my goodness. Those were not for you.
They were not for consumption before the show.
Those are after-show bagels.
Those are totally for the show to eat afterwards.
This is, it's very exciting because you were talking backstage. When these press tours are no small thing.
Yeah.
But you have the rarest of things for someone like you. You have a full day off tomorrow.
I have a whole day off.
Yeah. In the best possible city.
Props to me. I know. I've got my best friend here. We've been best friends since we were 13, and we're just gonna do things.
You're just gonna be like just New York tourists.
We're just gonna be people.
That's good.
And we're gonna walk and...
So if you're watching this, just if you see Florence tomorrow, just let her be a person. She never gets to be a person, and we would love her to have one day.
Thank you.
One of the things that I do feel like is one of my favorite details about you is every time you're here, we talk about Granny Pat.
I just see.
Yeah, you saw. Here she is here. So this is your Granny Pat on the red carpet.
My favorite.
Does she enjoy when you invite her to the big premiere?
Absolutely loves it.
Okay.
Laps it up.
Laps it up. Well,
Laps
I mean, as evidenced by the fact that she's not in the film, but she is on the red carpet.
Even when I'm not there for premieres and I send like my family and friends to it, she will enter and she will have fans on either side of the fences being like, Granny!
And does she lap that up?
She has to be told that they're there because she doesn't assume that they're there for her, but then she will turn around and curtsy and pirouette and blow kisses.
Oh, my God.
It's like she's a queen.
I mean, what an incredible thing you've bestowed upon her to give her a late-in-life queenhood.
I know.
Was there anyone in the cast that she's excited to meet when you...
She actually came to set last year, and she was there with my mum for like 2 weeks, and they came to set, and she called action and cut.
Had she been given permission to do that?
Yes, Jake gave her that permission, and then I think we all slightly regretted it because she didn't really listen to any of the details as to how to call action and cut. She just went, action! And no one was ready yet, but everybody had to quickly, like, fall into motion. And she found it very funny.
Did she like, she was like the power of starting and stopping people?
I wish I had a picture to show you. I'll send it to you
great.
for next time. But she was in a high chair, and she was sat in the very far corner where Jake was now standing behind her because he no longer had the director's chair because she had the director's chair. And she just found it thrilling.
Oh, that's great.
It was amazing. Directed by Granny Pat.
Yeah, she gets a special credit.
Yeah.
Of course, before you were in the films, I'm assuming Granny Pat was not a big Marvel Cinematic Universe viewer.
No, I don't think she was. And when she watched Black Widow, I think I remember her kind of saying that there was just a lot of noise and commotion going on.
Yeah.
But she loved Thunderbolts.
Oh, great. That's lovely to hear.
Yeah.
It is a very funny thing for someone to think that's like an interesting take on a Marvel movie, which is like, are you all aware it's very loud at times? I hate to give this note when it's too late, but I have directed.
I just want to make sure you are aware that there's a lot of bangs and pops.
Yeah. That must be, I mean, you can probably tell. Can you tell when Granny Pat is being genuine about your work?
Yeah.
Okay.
She also just loves being a part. My whole family are such brilliant supporters. supporters. They will be there come rain or come shine. Even when I'm not there in the city to attend the premiere, they will be there and they will show up in like full pew force. And they are just like massive supporters. No matter what I do, like I took my gran and my granddad to watch Midsommar.
Yeah.
In the cinemas. Like, it wasn't even a premiere. Like, I just took them to our local view. And I remember afterwards my granddad going, well, I wouldn't have watched it if you weren't in it. I'm like, not surprised. He was like, but you're brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, darling.
My dad says that about stuff I do often. I would never have watched it if you weren't a part of it. And it is such a funny thing. It's the nicest way in the world to be like, couldn't be less interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they are, because they obviously came.
Yeah.
And they appreciated it. I just think, like, asking your grandparents to watch Midsommar.
It's so. I mean, I would like to turn this around.
To watch Midsommar.
I mean, I love Midsommar, but like, I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
This is, for those who haven't seen, an insane movie to bring grandparents to. Did you know before you got there, or was it sort of? I mean, obviously you knew what the film was, but did it kind of redawn on you during the first, like, say, 5 minutes of the movie?
When I'm the most traumatized that I will ever be in the movie. Yeah. I think I just worked so hard on it, and I knew the performance that I'd given, and I knew how impactful that time shooting it was, that I was like, well, of course my family will want to see that.
Yeah.
And then you watch it with all the people that you've taken, and you're like,
the only thing I could imagine being more distressing than watching that movie, which again I love, is if somebody filmed your grandparents watching it and I just had to watch their faces over the course of it.
The bit that, okay, I've also done many a sex scene in my career, and also, like, unfortunately, that's part of the course of when my family watch. I'm like, but the bit that was just so, I remember going like, oh my God, I forgot about that, is when there's like a naked body that's splayed over like breathing organisms. And I was like, how am I supposed to explain this to my grandparents?
Yeah, you can't be like, it's a Gen Z thing.
Guys, it's just a movie.
I have a lot more to ask you. Will you stick around?
All right.
All right. More with Florence after this. We're back with Florence Pugh. All right, I want to talk about The Jump.
Go on then.
All right. So I saw The Jump first,
What'd
and
you
then
think?
I started hearing that you did The Jump.
Yeah.
But first I want to show The Jump, and then I want to talk about the fact that you did The Jump.
Okay.
All right, so this is from the movie. Here's The Jump.
Rolling cameras. All cameras feeding. Copy.
Ready, and 3, 2, 1, go!
I mean... Now... They do, and I know you also had a stunt person.
Yes,
but
of
why
course.
wouldn't you use them for something like that?
I know, right? That would be the most obvious thing to do. I have this bizarre job where I get to do weird in every single movie that I do, and I learn from the best, and I get to like become a semi, for that time, pro at it. And when you do Marvel movies, you get that on a completely different level. You have every single skilled stunty in the world there to teach you with, like, I came away from Black Widow learning how to butterfly knife. Like, I had a butterfly knife that I don't know when in my life I would have picked up butterfly knifing, but I did. Yeah.
Probably for not a good reason.
I would also, exactly, I would be in gangs and I'd know how to butterfly knife. And with this one, I was like, this is just such an insane opportunity. I love Daredevil stuff. I take after my gran. My gran is a big Daredevil, and so is my dad. And I was just like, this is insane. Never again in my life will I ever be like even close to experiencing that. And Marvel are hopefully gonna back me in doing that.
Now, second tallest building in the world.
Yep, Tom Cruise did the first, so we couldn't do that one.
Oh, yeah.
Not as
Classic
interesting.
Cruise.
Been there, done that.
But did you have to overcome a fear of heights, or do you not have a fear of heights?
No, I like heights.
Okay.
I like heights.
By the
but
way,
this...
I've heard people say I'm not afraid of heights. I don't think I've ever heard somebody say, I like heights.
That's so true.
You have lost your mind.
I've actually never heard that either.
No, I like looking out over the abyss.
You know what was wild was it got taken out of the script, and because they obviously realised that they couldn't ensure their #1 actress to jump off a building.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe they're not letting me do this. They let Tom Cruise do it.
Yeah.
And so then I just got really sassy in my emails, and I kept on being really sassy, and then they said, all right, we figured it out. I guess you're going to jump off the second tallest building in the world. And then I was like, oh, crap. I knew that I wanted to do it, but I didn't actually process doing it, and then I just instantly got, like, sweaty palms.
Yeah.
But,
I'm glad to hear that. That shows
Yeah.
me some self-preservation
But-
that makes me...
When you're up there,
Yeah.
there are so many people that are looking after you,
Right.
and so many people that are making sure that you are okay and you are safe. There are so many, like, steps to actually doing it that you just have to switch your brain off and just go through it mechanically and go, okay, once I'm clipped in, they're going to check me, and then I'm going to walk to the edge, and then they're going to sit me down, and then they're going to leave me, and then I'm just going to breathe for a second, and then the camera's going to come around, and then I'm going to have to stand up, and then I'm going to jump off.
Yeah.
And just breaking it down like that.
Yeah. Then my grand's gonna scream action when I'm not ready.
Could you imagine? Go backwards.
Yeah. All right, so you love heights. Is there anything you're afraid of?
Well, you know, slugs.
Slugs. I had heard you're afraid of slugs.
I don't like
It
slugs.
seems like a lot of people who could do the building thing would be fine with slugs.
I just don't like them.
I don't like slugs either, and I have a theory.
Just make me
and
feel weird.
Based on nothing. It feels to me that like England is just like crazy with slugs.
Like covered in them.
I just feel like everybody's got a garden. Slugs love garden. They must just. I feel like American slugs like dream of like, oh, if I could go to England.
If only I could go on holiday.
I'm gonna write a Pixar movie about a New York slug that's like, I gotta get out of here.
Maybe I'd like them then. How would they get there?
Well,
Through the sewers?
I just started it. I'm not to act 1
You're
yet.
not sure yet.
I'm very excited. I'd love to break it down with
Oh
you.
my
Can I
God.
attach you?
I'll
I'd love
voice it.
Okay, great.
I'll voice
Can you
them.
do a New York slug? You got to do a New York slug.
Wait, like how low?
You got the part. You got the part. I was very worried, but you. So you're afraid of slugs.
I don't like them.
But that's all right.
And clowns.
Okay.
Well, obviously, it's forced fun.
Yeah. That might be the scariest thing about a clown is not that I'm actually scared by the clown. It's just when they show up, I'm
much
scared
fun.
that I have to like pretend to be having fun.
Why have you got a painted smile on your face?
Yeah.
Unless something is dodgy with you. Come on.
Exactly. It's like just smile.
Just smile. and
Or
then
maybe try smiling.
Yeah, why do we have to like pretend that there isn't a fake smile on your face?
That is such an indictment of clowns. the jumping off the building lady is like, no, not you.
No. No.
I'll do this, but I won't do you.
I
No,
will
thank
not hang out with you.
you. Congrats on the movie, and thank you so much for being
you.
back. It's the best to see you. Florence Pugh, everybody. Thunderbolts will be in theaters and IMAX everywhere this Friday, May 2nd. We'll be right back with more Late Night.